Welcome to Accessibility Nuggets, a series where each bite-sized tip helps you gradually build new habits that make your work more inclusive and accessible for everyone. Today we're going to look at formatting an email and using the accessibility checker built into Outlook. Now we'll write our subject. We want to make sure this is short, it's in an active voice, and it clearly identifies what the email is about. So for this email, it is join us for opening week workshops, learn, connect, and earn in-service credit. And this immediately describes what it is. It's opening week workshops and it's active. It calls for action with the join us. Next, I'll paste in the content of the email that I've already written. Then I'm going to run it through the built-in accessibility checker. To do that, in the desktop version, I want to click on the Review tab at the top and then on Check Accessibility. If I'm in the web browser version, and we're going to want to go back to the Message tab, and then in the Tool menu, click on the three dots at the far right, and then under Options, we're going to click Check Accessibility. Now, as you can see, both of them run and show no issues with accessibility. It's important to note that the tools we use for accessibility are a great starting point. They catch a lot of the basics like missing alt text in images or issues with tables, but tools can't tell you if alt text is meaningful or if the content that you've written needs headings and at which level they need to be. That all comes down to you, the person who knows the content. So for this email, it's long and needs headers. And we also have some lists that need to be stylized as lists. So on the desktop, I'm going to close out the Accessibility Assistant, and I'm going to use, since it is a long email, I'm going to use header 1. And to do that, I'm going to go to Format Text and then Styles and then Heading 1 for the welcome. But if you're writing short emails and sending them back and forth, there's no need to have that first one as a header. Then highlights include, so I want to have one heading 1. I will only use that once, and the rest can be used multiple times if needed. So the second one is a heading 2, and then this is a list, whereas this one is the next section, so that's a heading 2 as well. Looks like that didn't have a space between it, so it also became a header, so I'm going to make it back into normal text. Then we're going to come down here and there is another list of the members of the group, and I'm going to make that into a list. I'll go into this a little more in another video, but I like to have some spacing between things. The headers are giving space here without it being an actual line, but I'm going to change these paragraphs to have some spacing after them. And then end. And that one is ready. I'm going to run the accessibility checker again, just to make sure I didn't add anything that it could check for and see is wrong. And then we're going to go over to the web version and do the same. So the first one, I'm going to go to Format Text and find Styles and do heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, nope, heading 2 as well. I missed one over here. Okay, this should not be a bullet point, but should be its own header 2, and there wasn't a space here, so it became part of it. So I'm going to make it back into normal text. Same with over here, it needs space and styled as normal. And we know from before that that one was the same. And then this one becomes header 2. Okay, and then we're going to do our bullet points. And then the second bullet pointed list. And here, if I don't want the space between them, again, I'll go into this in depth later. I can go to spacing and make it 1. Can also remove the space from before or after. I'll do that here as well. Spacing to 1 and then spacing remove after. And now we're done. Both of these emails would be ready to send out.